and today we're going on a tour of my shoes. Welcome to my channel. Guys, it's going to be a mix of shoes I invested in for 2026 plus the shoes I've been wearing the most, some tips, and finally I'll show you my shoe rack, which has changed a lot over the years since we met. When I moved into this house, just so you have an idea, I swear to you, my sneakers went from here to here. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelves of sneakers. Today, my sneakers are down to 3 shelves, but I'll show you that I think I'm going to change up that last shelf over there since I haven't been using it as much. What is my 2026 style? These barrel pants, which are these rounded pants, with loafers. I've really been liking loafers, so for those who know me, I'm known as the sneaker girl, but maybe I'll become the loafer girl. It's not that I stopped wearing sneakers, okay guys? But before, I only felt well-dressed and stylish in sneakers, like it wasn't even during the peak of the sneaker trend, because I love fashion and tend to like things before everyone else is wearing them. So when everyone was thinking about wearing sneakers, I could only wear sneakers. And now, since everyone wears sneakers, I also wear other things like loafers, which I'm really enjoying. Well, since I'm talking so much about loafers, I'm going to show you my favorites, and I'll also give you this tip. This loafer is from Riachuelo, and it's inspired by Yves Saint Laurent, which is that luxury brand. The one from Yves Saint Laurent, I swear to you, is exactly the same, except theirs has their little emblem in the corner. Other brands made it too, and you can find the same loafer at all different prices. So there's the Yves Saint Laurent one, which must be costing almost 10,000 reais. There's, for example, the Luisa Barcelos one, which costs about 700 or 800 reais. And there's one at Riacho for 1.99, which is a great find. In fact, we just finished a Rita Saraiva promo code campaign at Riachuelo where we had 30% off. That's a big discount, so I'm inviting you to follow me so you won't miss these great deals. And for those who follow me on Instagram, I'm not sure if I posted it here, but over there on Insta, I let you know, guys, this one's really selling, and it still has a full size range. I'll keep you updated. Along those same lines, Riacho released it, and the designer brands released the patent leather too. I've been wearing it just as much. I'm going to ask the video maker to zoom in on my feet because this was crazy, something I just did recently since I just got back from my trip. This one is from Chanel. I really wanted to buy it. And for those who follow me on Instagram, you know that Natinho really supports me in these silly decisions I make. Whenever I ask my husband if I should buy something, he just says, go for it. I don't know about your husbands, but mine always says that. Then I said, oh my God, but it's such an expensive shoe. Should I really buy it? Then he said, it's up to you. I said, but it was on my wish list. He said, let me see your wish list. If it's on your wish list, go for it. So I did. Here's the shoe. I love it. It's comfortable and doesn't hurt. It had to be. Actually, it should give us a foot massage, take us to get vaccinated, buy us a new outfit. It should do everything, but just the fact that it doesn't hurt anywhere is already a 10 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. This one is a big investment. I don't think it makes sense for everyone to buy a shoe like this. It really is a bit crazy. But for those of us who work with this, we end up doing some crazy things anyway. Well, another loafer, there are actually 2 different loafer styles trending. Both these slimmer, more streamlined ones, and the chunky ones. I have this chunky one in 3 colors. I have the coffee brown, I have the caramel, which is this one here, and I also have the black. Guys, I took 3 international trips with them, and the reason I'm telling you this isn't to talk about the trips, no, it's to say that they're comfortable. Because every time someone is going to travel, they ask me for a recommendation for comfortable shoes. So I say, look girl, for the amount you're going to walk, because we walk a lot more on a trip than we're used to walking in our own city. When traveling, you might walk 11 or 15 kilometers a day and no shoe can handle that. On our recent trips, we walked a lot instead of taking the subway because Luquinha was with us, and folding the stroller for the subway would have been harder. We didn't want to spend money on Uber, so we walked 30 minutes there and 30 minutes back, and I found it pretty comfortable. As for color advice, I found the caramel color much harder to match. Maybe I wouldn't invest in that color. I would buy these 2 and start with just one to see if it makes sense. Also guys, suede is really trending right now, and I'm going to recommend some for you. It's a complicated thing, like all colors. I have a suede bag, for example. Every time I go to use my bag, the suede shade doesn't match. It's something that happens to the best of us, this thing about matching the exact color. It's just that I'm really attached to it. I don't think everyone has these little obsessions, but I'll show you some that I have. Mules are also really popular right now. This one is really for winter. Besides being suede, it's all fuzzy inside. Most of my shoes, for example, this sand-colored one, this one is from Shine, from their premium line, and this one is from Renner. I'm not picky about shoes, they can be from any brand. I bought this fancy one, but I've worn all kinds. I'm just picky when choosing. Check out this beautiful, well-made shoe. That's what I mean. Follow the channel. Well, ballet flats have also made a comeback, but they always come back with a new twist. So, the ballet flats that are super trendy right now are these ones with this rounded toe. I have this one, and I also have the suede one, which is really nice. This one is a great ballet flat to invest in, but only if it really matches your style. Especially because of this little strap, it ends up being something very specific. Sometimes you'll want to wear pants and the strap just doesn't work. But what I want to show about the revamp of ballet flats is the slightly more square toe. Not that other round toe flats aren't also in style, but I really noticed this difference. Ballet flats didn't return the same when they came back into style. So guys, another shoe that's nice. Not for everyone, not everyone likes it, but it's one I use a lot in my wardrobe and it makes a lot of sense. This two-tone ballet flat. Chanel has their own version, which I also wish I had. The Chanel one, guys, is exactly the same, except it has the little Chanel emblem down here. But you can see it, you know? It's funny, it's subtle, but you can see it. This one is from Renner. It's so cute. There's also one from Arezzo. This one, guys, is from when I started the channel. Who's been following me since then? The tough thing about shoes is that even if you pay a little more for them, as they stay in your closet for a long time, on the outside, since they're leather, they don't get damaged. In my video, you can see everything is falling apart inside. So my tip is to try to remove all the crumbs so that when I take the shoe off, it isn't damaged and doesn't leave little bits of dirt. Once you remove it, that fixes it. It seems like there are some tips on the internet for care and maintenance, even a product that's supposed to help preserve it and stabilize it when it starts to crumble, but I don't know, so I won't say anything silly here. Well, that's basically it. Another tip that helps make your silhouette look more sophisticated and elongated, and that makes your outfit look beautiful, are these pointed toe flats. Actually, this one is almost a slingback because of this little strap. This one is from Renner, you always ask me. I saw that C&A launched a similar one, and so did Riachuelo. The leopard print isn't as perfect as this one. This one from Renner hasn't come back, but it's a place where you might find it. It looks really nice. That's it for ballet flats. I also added this new loafer from Luisa Barcelos to my wardrobe. I really wanted it. I went to the store and this one was a bit more of an investment too. Went back and forth, added it to my cart many times and eventually bought it online. I haven't worn it as much as I should, as much as I'd like to, but actually because I work with this, I end up getting and buying a lot of things. Nothing I buy, even this expensive Chanel one, gets used every day. I just can't. That's why my shoes still look new on the bottom. This one here, I think there's a little thread coming out, but that's it. They're all pretty new because I don't wear them much. I just can't wear them that often. Oh, guys, this one is also beautiful. It's from Zara. I brought it from a trip. It looks like it has already arrived at Zara here too. And it's such a pretty deep burgundy color. I like it because it brings a certain modern touch to the look, you know? Burgundy doesn't make the look too black or too dark, but at the same time, it gives it some weight, you know? I really like these shoes. I recommend them to you. I think that's basically it for loafers. These burgundy ones are also beautiful. This one is from Arezzo and this one is from Renner. I don't wear them often, but I like them and wish I could wear them more. As I mentioned, I have a lot, but I rarely go out since I mainly work from home. I go to the mall once or twice a week to record. The rest of the time, I'm at home. And because of that, I end up not wearing that many shoes. So, to sum up, in the loafer family, which one would I recommend to you? I think one like this and a heavier one, like, I don't know, one like this, or both lighter ones, you know. This one, oh, there's this one here too. This one's nostalgic, guys, for those who followed me since everything was worn out. It's from Zara, really old, all covered in studs and completely worn out inside. I'm emotionally attached to it. From that period I told you about, when I was changing the order of my shoes here and there were more sneakers and some went away, I have a resale page, so follow me. It's Rita Saraiva. So, but here is the best. There we post the outfits I wear. There's a blog section. There's a section for my resale page. And I always keep adding shoes there. I have a niece, I have my mom, I have quite a few people, so I also make donations. And if my mom doesn't keep something, I give it to her first so she can make donations. And then the rest, since they're always pretty new, I end up putting them on my resale page. As for sandals, the one I wear the most is definitely this one. Guys, it's beautiful. It makes the outfit look clean. It's from Arezzo. I usually buy sandals and loafers in size 35. This one, I went to the outlet near Sorocaba, but since they're classic pieces, it was full price. And I was crazy about this sandal, so I ended up getting it and I tried on the 36. You know when it fits perfectly? I never do that. So, okay, after I got home, I went and bought another color from Zezimol. I have a discount code with him. I'll even leave the discount code here for you. And then I got the 35, which is my usual size. Guys, it destroyed my feet. I recommended this sandal to some followers and they said it's a killer. I think that's it. It's not the most comfortable sandal, but I've worn it to several events and it didn't hurt me because of this little strap. But I think what helped prevent it from hurting was getting a size up. When I got the size 35, honestly, this part really messed up my foot. I'll leave the link for it down here for everything I have, actually. I saw that this one is pretty much sold out, but I looked around and sometimes you can find it in your own city's stores. I have two. I have the black one and the brown one. The brown one isn't here, it's in the recording room. I like the brown one best because I can wear it even with a black outfit. It feels closed but not as heavy as the black one. I love these sandals. I'll leave it here. And here it was a collective craze. I have more colors. They're also in the recording room, which is this pointy-toed one. I have, I think, about 4 or 5 colors. I have the black one, I have the caramel one, I have the darker brown one that's over there, and I have the burgundy one. This one also looks amazing with an outfit. I think it's really comfortable. This one here is super sold out. I'll share the link for you to check out, though I'm sure it's unavailable. It's just as beautiful, but the leaf-shaped toe makes the outfit stand out more. Now, the round one looks clean, the thin strap looks super minimal, and the look is very sophisticated. So, what's my tip, my opinion about the sandals, since I won't be able to help much with the link? That it should have the thinnest strap possible. This one is from Arezzo. It's almost from the same family as that one, the black strap, but it's a little bit thicker, you know. I can also leave the link for you for everything I have. A metallic sandal is cool, you know. Before, we used to think a lot about metallic sandals just for weddings. Not anymore. When you add a metallic sandal to your outfit, I say it helps pull together something that wasn't going with anything. And besides that, it adds a touch of style. So I would invest in a black one and a brown one. I think 2 is enough. Oh, and a beige or caramel one. The caramel makes sense with the suede, but a more neutral tone works too. Actually, we usually consider those 3 colors for all shoes, right? Off-white or lighter brown, darker brown, and black. I think with these 3 colors, you can't go wrong. They'll always look good. I would be careful with white shoes. I see that my mom loves white shoes. I don't know if you like them. I think it's really a case of hashtag my looks, my rules. As for white, I have a few things that I've shown you, but maybe with pumps, white is really cool, but with other shoes, it doesn't always work. I think we always have to evaluate. Now, talking about sneakers, which I know you really like, I'm going to talk a little about my favorite sneakers, some sneakers that are hyped right now, and gym sneakers. Well, a sneaker that's really hyped all over Pinterest and everything is this Adidas SL in this color. Even a follower sent a picture of one that's more burgundy, if I'm not mistaken. She asked, Rita, is this the same as yours? And it's not. There are other color options. Mine leans towards what's called black plum, so it has a purple base, you know, with a little yellow. It's not the easiest sneaker to match due to its bold colors, especially the yellow, but when it fits your outfit, it looks great. That goes for anything unique. I really like unique shoes and unique bags. I always say, sometimes there are things I don't wear as much because they're different, because they're harder to match with an outfit, but when it works, everything comes together. I think it adds so much style, especially because I really value things that go with everything. Well, Adidas Samba, guys, I have others that are at my mom's house. I have green, I have black, I have a navy blue one, and I have the traditional white one. I wouldn't invest in the white one right now. If you're thinking about getting an Adidas Samba, because I think it's really, really overdone, you know? The Adidas Samba is still very popular, but you know that color everyone likes and has? I would go for another shade. Of the ones I have here to show you, this one is super easy to match because it's very beige, very basic. It's hard to find online. I always try to look for the link for the girls, but it's hard to find. And the navy blue one, which goes really well with jeans. Like with this outfit I'm wearing, how nice would it look? With jeans and a blue blouse, it looks great. It really goes well with jeans. So if you wear jeans a lot, I think this navy one is a great option. The black one is a bit heavier. The white one, like I told you, doesn't go with everything. And recently I bought that billiard green one. Longtime followers saw me mention that I went to Renner, tried on a green blazer and thought it was beautiful. After I'd been in the fitting room for a while, I went to the restroom. I saw a green Adidas Samba in the store window matching the blazer. I tried it on and told the guy, I'm going to try on some Renner clothes. If I like it, I'll return for the sneakers. After trying on clothes at Renner, I returned for the sneakers but found the color too bold. It's trendy, but I haven't worn many colorful things. You can see how neutral this is. My display here, my shoes are following the current color trends. So that's what's been matching. It's caramel, it's burgundy, it's a very dark brown and a bit of off-white. We change over time, especially because, you know, I get a lot of clothes. So to go with the clothes that are in right now, the shoes follow that same trend too. Well, this Puma is also really in style. It's the Speed Cat. There are other colors too. I know there's red, there's a caramel one that's really cute, a shade of brown that's like caramel, and there's black. I don't wear this sneaker much or highly recommend it from my experience, but I think it's really cute. Also, I didn't even used to like black sneakers. Now I have all of these here, even ones for the gym. Let's finish discussing regular sneakers now so we can talk about gym shoes later. A great budget-friendly option, really good, and that goes with a lot of things which surprises me, is sneakers from Renner. Guys, it has the same style as the Adidas Samba. It's also slim, with an extremely neutral color. It's all made with paneled fabric. It's a sneaker that, of course, gets dirty quickly, right? There's no way around it. It's very light colored and all that. But guys, think of a sneaker that I can use for every try-on. I can create so many outfits. It looks beautiful and it's very neutral. And then, just this week, a follower asked me for a white sneaker recommendation. Guys, you can see that I don't have any white sneakers right now. Why is that? The tones we've been using in the fitting rooms, they look too heavy with the contrast of white. So you can notice that the white sneaker has disappeared. If you have wardrobe pieces that match white, that's fine. I also have some, but I don't have any white ones to recommend. I told her and sent her the link saying, get this one and see. It serves the same purpose as the white sneaker you want and looks perfect, okay? Well, so here, this other New Balance, I brought it from a trip. It's a New Balance. What's the number? Of the 530, I have these two, the navy blue one and this brown one. I've worn the navy blue one a lot, but not this one. It's heavier than I expected, so I haven't worn it much. Recently, a follower messaged me saying she wanted the navy blue one but couldn't find it and asked my opinion on the white and gray one. I have this one in gray, which is the New Balance 9060, which is also a super hyped sneaker. It's really nice. And one thing I liked about mine in particular is that it has this cream colored part, because usually New Balances in this color come with this part in white. And then I think it gets even harder. With this one, I can pair it a lot with beige. But I'll tell you guys, this sneaker is so hard to match. And look, I like bold things. I like this style. But I don't know, I've worn it several times, but I still feel like I could wear it more, you know? And among the New Balance sneakers I see the most, right, the ones that are really popular, are these two. This one in white with navy blue and the gray one. And why did I bring this up, right? Because she asked, what did I think about buying the gray one of these? Since I have trouble wearing this one, I said, look, I wouldn't buy this one in gray. I'd only buy it in navy blue, but that's just my personal taste and what fits my wardrobe. Every time you ask me for some advice, I take into consideration what works in my wardrobe and the colors I like, the ones I usually wear. But basically, when it comes to New Balance, these are the ones that are most in style right now and might be a good purchase option if you're looking for a trendy sneaker, you know? Because honestly, I think these branded sneakers, you know, from these more well-known brands like Nike, Adidas, Sama, they really add something extra to the look. Like, wow, she's really on trend, you know? That's how I feel. And I love it. Well, I have quite a few sneakers from Renner. I have this one. These two here, guys, I love them. But they probably won't be available. Maybe this one we can still find, but this one is even more perfect because it has two shades of brown. Sometimes I wear a darker brown that doesn't match exactly, but it still works, or a lighter shade that matches the outer part. Sneakers from Renner, like I told you, I wear size 35, 36. I always go for size 36. You can find a lot of cool stuff there. From this row, I want to show you something. This one is really different from what I usually wear. It's not a sneaker that I highly recommend because I like to recommend the ones that are easier for you to wear, the ones you'll reach for in your wardrobe and won't want to take off. But this one is a 1906. I also brought it from a trip. Guys, it's really funny. My taste in sneakers is pretty masculine. And Nito's taste is like this: white sneakers, beige sneakers. So my wardrobe is much heavier than his. His is all like this color, you know? White, gray. It's completely different. Look, guys, this was my old style. Actually, it's not that my style changed, right? Fashion changed. So in my 2026 update, I think these colorful sneakers are being used a lot by people who actually run. But for me, I haven't been wearing them much. I think I'm going to get rid of them. And there were more. I've already taken some out. I'll end up taking them all out. I stopped wearing Dunks too. I even put my white and brown pair up for sale. They're beautiful, but I hadn't worn them in a long time. So I'm not even going to focus on the ones I'm not wearing. I'll give you a tip for leg workouts. These really flat sneakers, these Madicons, they're really good. Mine are really old, but I still wear them a lot. When I'm going to do a leg workout, I like to wear them. Hey guys, a new one that just arrived in my closet is this one, which I brought from my trip. It's a sneaker from On. It's in light green with this darker green. And I already had these other two. Look, let me show you here. They are extremely comfortable, and let's just say it's the most hyped sneaker right now. So you understand, in this fitness world, what's really trending is women wearing clothes from ALO, which is a foreign brand that's super popular, with sneakers either from ALO itself or from On, usually from On. So it's a mix of preppy girl things that are really trending and that we see a lot on Instagram. Guys, a summer based on this kind of flat sandal is all I need. I have these 4 colors here, plus the gold one I forgot to bring. They work well for me and create a clean look that doesn't clash. A summer look usually has more going on. Sometimes it already has some different detail, maybe a bow. I prefer a flat sandal to be as clean as possible. So I would go for this. I think it's very beautiful, basic, and chic. Another style that I use, but much less often, are these slides, which are inspired by Hermes. This one of mine is from Arezzo, guys. My shoes are all worn out, so you can see. It's in terrible shape, but I love its quality. I ended up not getting rid of it. I actually need to take a look at it before wearing it. By the way, since I'm going to start talking about boots and it's going to get colder, take a look at the condition of your boots. Sometimes the heel is a bit loose and we only find out when we're already out on the street. That actually happened to me once, guys, on a trip. The whole heel of my boot came off. It was a disaster. Flat sandals, that's all I recommend. I even have some sports sandals that I bought because I think it looks really cool to wear tailored pants with sports sandals. So I don't wear them. It's rare that you'll see me wearing an outfit with the sports sandals showing. I like it. It's not because I think it's ugly, but I bought them to have that tailored look. With wide leg tailored pants, wearing flat sandals makes them hang near the ground. It's not an issue. I've worn them that way too, but I feel like this gives it a better finish, makes it look sturdier, and also keeps the pants from dragging so much, you know? Well, guys, about slippers, my fuzzy slippers, I wear them a lot at home. Even in the heat, I sometimes feel like I'm melting, then notice it's because I'm wearing slippers. They really warm me up. Still, I love how nice and comfortable they are. I have several others in the closet, but these are my favorites and the ones I use most. I think we've covered everything about shoes. Slingbacks are really in right now, and classic pumps are always in style. But for me, in my personal taste, I think slingbacks bring a modern touch. They're not so formal, and these toe caps are really trendy right now. Once again, Yves Saint Laurent released a shoe like this with this giant toe cap. This one I have is from Schultz. And now, guys, they've released another one. Let's show it on the screen. It has a really wild pointed toe. I found it on Shein. I bought it and it's on its way. Once it arrives, I'll show you. I've invested more in this loafer, but it's still a flat shoe. I don't wear heels very often. I don't have the patience or even places to go. It's not worth investing a lot of money in such a different, stylish duck heel for me to wear so rarely. So maybe the one from Shein will do the trick, and I'll show it to you. Another tip, guys. I have a little white one from Zara that over time started to crumble a bit at the toe, you know, because it gets bumped. I bought a toe cap from Shein to put on it. I'll let you know later if it works or not, because especially with light-colored shoes, it looks terrible once the tip starts getting damaged. Pointed toe shoes like these don't last very long. So I also have this one and the black one that my mom took. This one is from Arezzo. Guys, I'm a big fan of Arezzo shoes because they combine comfort and beauty, right? Schultz also has a lot of amazing shoes, but sometimes the heels are too high and I just can't handle it. But with Arezzo, you can find so many wonderful shoes with beautiful leather quality that really makes a difference in your look, and they're still comfortable, you know? That's something I really like. I'm a huge fan of Arezzo. My dream actually is to do an ad for Arezzo. That's my dream. Guys, speaking of gray, which I said is really trending right now, I don't know if gray is really my color, you know? I did a color analysis and it came out as soft autumn. I didn't really stick to wearing clothes from my color palette. I don't know if gray is in it or not, but anyway, I also have this one that just arrived. And I plan to wear more gray things because I think it's chic, but I feel like I don't wear it much. Look, this one is from Renner, guys. It's made of leather. It's the same as that one. Oh, let me tell you, since I'm going to leave the link for you, I've already worn it. And guys, it really hurt my foot. It rubbed in several places. I used 3 Band-Aids, you know. A follower suggested I buy stronger adhesive tape since hers stretched out after a while. Since they're leather, they might stretch, but honestly, they weren't comfortable at first, unlike this Riacho pair, which didn't hurt. It's not about the brand. Renner, Riacho, Arezzo, it depends on the shoe. Some hurt, some don't. For example, this Arezzo one. A follower said she bought it based on my recommendation, loved it, and it arrived at her house. Well, now we're going to talk about boots. Guys, boots. I love ankle boots. I've always had a lot of them. I'm going to talk about an ugly one, which is this one right here. This one isn't for everyone, especially because it's a warmer boot anyway. It's more unique, but it's a boot that's just perfect for traveling. I know it's not something that pleases everyone, but if you wear it with wide leg pants, it looks so cute. I'll show you an outfit I've already worn with it. I think a couple of outfits I've worn while traveling. One thing I loved about wearing it on the plane is that sometimes you feel like giving up, but even putting on shoes, it always feels like a slipper. It's wonderful. I got this from a trip, but it's sold in Brazil, and for me, it was really worth it. Renner released it, and brands often launch it at a good price. I think it's worth it even though we don't wear it often. I'm really attached to this Western boot style. I've always liked it, so much so that I have a boot that's been with me for a long time. You might have seen it, and I've said it's been in my closet for at least 15 years. Just before the Western boot returned, my mom asked if we should throw it away since she didn't think I'd wear it. I said, no, leave it here. But the darn thing came back. It's actually upstairs. I really like that boot though. These boots here have made the most sense to me. Among these, the dark brown ones, guys, they look beautiful. This one is from Renner. It's from last year. It's the ankle boot that, wow, I definitely wore the most all winter. The tip for boot height is to buy a medium height boot. Why? I don't really like wearing skirts and shorts with boots that have such a low shaft. If the boot is too tall, it doesn't look as good with pants. So, if you're going to invest in a boot, I would recommend a mid-height boot because then you can wear it with shorts, skirts, and also with pants. If you don't usually wear skirts or shorts, buy it at this height. It's a great length that won't get in your way. So, a little boot for work, maybe it's good to consider a slightly shorter boot, right? This one here is from Zara. I brought it from a trip. Guys, one thing I'm really not liking is that I learned to like suede, and now I have a ton of suede things. Suede bags, shoes, jackets, everything. But it just doesn't go well with rain. And during winter, it rains. So I bought it on my trip, wore it with a pair of wide leg jeans, and it started to rain. As I walked around a lot during the trip, the hem of my jeans kept dragging all the dirt onto my boots, and by the end of the day, my boots were ruined. So, instead of asking Google what I should do, I decided to wash them in the sink because they were as hard as a rock, and then I put them to dry under the room heater. Then they improved a bit, but I don't know, they used to match the shaft color. See how light they are now? So I gave them to my mom. She fixes everything, right? I gave them to my mom and told her to check Google for solutions. She tried everything, used conditioner, brushed them, and they improved a bit. They were worse before. I don't know if they can be restored, but this caramel shade is really trendy and you can put together a lot of outfits with it. So, just like this one. So guys, I have these other two that I've been wearing a lot. I'll even show you some outfits with them. The black one for me is by far the one I use the most. Actually, there's a brown one and a black one, both of them. I have more photos of this one since I've had it longer. Before, I used the ankle boot for brown outfits since it was my only option. Now I have this one and can share the link with you. My tip about my boots, and a tip I want to give you, but it's a very personal one. I know I'm picky, and I know I have picky friends who will agree with me. There are people who aren't as picky, and that's totally fine. People, even expensive brands, designer brands, put a seam in the middle of the boot. Honestly, I just can't do it, even though the only shoe I have with a seam is this one. I didn't really like the seam, but since it already looks like a slipper, I just put up with it because I thought, well, it looks like a slipper, so with the seam, it's not as bad. When it comes to boots, price doesn't matter. You'll find boots, even those costing 800 or 1,000 reais, with a seam in the middle. Here's my tip. Avoid it since you're already dressed up and the seam splits everything. Are you guys super picky too? Comment below with your thoughts. This one from Shein doesn't have a middle seam, so I recommend it. I wore it traveling, very nice and comfortable. I actually have it in these two shades. See which one makes more sense for you, but the brown one has worked really well. And these are boots I wore while traveling. I walked a lot and they were great. This one right here, I've already walked a lot with it and it was comfortable. In fact, I used to be very resistant to bringing boots on trips. I would only take sneakers and at most something completely flat. But on this last trip, I ended up wearing these with a little heel, walking 40 minutes here, 40 minutes there, and it worked out. So these knee-high boots are great, especially for those who wear skirts, shorts, and dresses. For those who don't wear them, like I told you, it's not worth considering these long boots because of the wide leg pants. However, there's a trend coming up of wearing these pants. I'm wearing barrel pants, which already have some volume in the legs, and putting the boots over them, kind of like a gaucho style. Guys, I think it's really stylish. I'll leave a reference for you. Bianca, should we show it on the screen? What do you think? I know when something shows up for the first time, it feels like the end of the world. But just like with the Samba, the soccer shoe that everyone criticized, and I wasn't exactly a pioneer either. I bought it early on though. I bought this sneaker in 2024 at the beginning of 2024, but it was released much earlier and I was resistant to it for quite a while too. It might be that soon. Vai estar usando a bota por cima. Me and many of you here because you're also trendy and love fashion. And that's it. Just like skinny jeans, guys, they always made sense for us to wear with boots. Everyone used to say, oh, sometimes I don't really like skinny jeans. But in the winter, to wear with boots, you just can't wear anything else. You can't. Because now, just like they adapted a new style of pants, we have a boot that's compatible with this new style, which is the over-the-pants boot. Riding boots are still going strong too. Let me just bend down here to grab them for you. I'll talk about it in a moment because it's a little different. I have these two from Zara. No, these are from Arezzo and I love them. They're super pretty and really clean looking. But I think I'm going to let go of this one. Just like my lighter brown loafer, I find it a little trickier to style. The caramel color still exists in this shade. Now this boot here has a brown tone. See how it's kind of hard to pin down? Do you have anything in your wardrobe that matches this color of boot? I bought it with a brown boot. But I always say that fashion is very cyclical and it makes us spend money. There will always be things that you have nothing to match with, just like this dark brown. I had to adapt my wardrobe. We always did fine without this coffee brown shade, but now everything you want to wear only goes with it. So this shade, besides being a more difficult brown, even back when coffee brown didn't exist, I found it kind of tricky. It's beautiful. I really like the color. I used it very few times, but I think it's really because matching it is a bit harder. So guys, on the trip I took recently, I brought this one from Zara. It was even on sale because during this trip it was already the end of winter and it's beautiful. It's a suede riding boot in dark brown. It's funny, you know. Riding boots are in fashion. So this riding boot of mine, the black one, it's not new at all. But then they released it in a darker brown, which is what's in fashion, and also in suede. So it's unlikely we'd already have one. We end up being forced to buy it because I didn't have a dark brown riding boot in suede either. Well, speaking of different boots, after you already have the classic ones that work in your wardrobe, then you can think about something with animal print. This one is a Western burgundy from Arezzo. No, wait, guys, it's hard to get the brands right. This one is really from Arezzo. I was going to say Zara, but it's Arezzo. Guys, I wore this boot a lot, really a lot. Even more so because I had a small bag in the same color. I created several outfits and wore it with jeans and a white shirt, or all blue as I'm showing here. I've worn it with light pink too. Only invest when you already have others that work. For dress boots, guys, I'm just going to grab one to show you, which is a basic boot. The Western and riding boots make more of a statement, but where is the classic boot for people who work and live a regular everyday life? Let's give a round of applause for my brother who's filming and says I talk too much. I still want to share more stories. And if I were a normal person, I would have said 1,000 more things. It's because I talk really fast. Wow, I talk a lot, I talk fast. I don't shut up for a minute. Guys, this is the standard boot for everyone who's going to wear dressier looks. Assess material choice. Leather is recommended, but suede may work if it fits better. Opt for a low shaft boot for work or a formal look. Choose a boot with a pointed toe, not a round toe, as it elongates your silhouette. It looks much more chic and matches formal outfits, but also works with jeans. It's a neutral, basic boot. Just make sure the material doesn't have stitching. It may be hard to find, but that's it. This one is from Riachuelo, and it was one of my recommendations because it's very comfortable. It has a heel about 4 fingers high, and it's really cute. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my shoe tour. If you'd like, we can later do a bag tour and anything else you're curious about. I hope I answered some of your questions. And basically, that's what I've been wearing. It's what's in style, and it's what I would recommend. It's not very brief, but it's from the heart. Comment. What do you say, Boo? Did you make it to the end? Congratulations to Boo. Congratulations to Boo. Congratulations to Boo. Boo is my brother. His name is Rodrigo, but he's called Boo more often. Congratulations to Boo for holding on until now. And Boo, do you want to leave a final message? Because after I say all this, I still leave a motivational message for people. Guys, what can we say about motivation? What would you say to someone who is going through a moment of distress or a moment? Now, always have patience. Have patience. Because you see, just by watching a 25-minute video, exactly, and we've been talking for almost 2 hours. Everything passes, right? Everything passes, just like a raisin. Everything passes in this life, just like a prune. Everything passes in this life. So I don't know what moment you're going through, whether it's a difficulty or a loss. Anyway, one day at a time. How often have we faced tough times in our lives that felt endless? And after a few weeks, a few months, or even a few years, depending on what happened, a good amount of time later, but it passed. So have faith in God. You are never alone. Count on me for whatever you need. Thank you for always being here with me for so long, for so many years. And here's to reaching 400,000 friends. Much love and see you in the next video.